Hey, what's up, everyone? So this is going to be a Yuri versus Iraq Soviet, and this is actually a really fun matchup. And Country Swing is a good map for this matchup, I think.
New construction options. Building.
So I'm just trying to scout here, and I mean, yeah, it's like a fun action game. Like, I mean, it's really fast. You gotta be fast. You can't sit in your base if you're Yuri. If you're versus a good player, that's Iraq. When I say Iraq, I mean Soviet because Iraq is Soviet. So, and that's like the only one that has Desolator. So everyone's Iraq that's Soviet anyway. Everybody knows that plays the game. But anyway, yeah, it's really a fun map. I mean, a fun matchup and map. So I'm trying to scout with this brute. I don't want to run into a sentry gun. And right now, what I'm thinking is, he's gonna. That was kind of dumb. I'm thinking, okay, well, I see a flag strike. I'm thinking, oh, maybe he's gonna Unji rush me because of Yuri. Who knows? But maybe not. But if you notice, in the beginning, if they make a terror drone, it's almost like a free anti-scout. So yeah, if they make a free anti-scout, it's actually really good. And they could use the drone to scout as long as there's not a Gatling tank near, because the Gatling tank could easily kill it.
Unit ready.
But oh yeah, and if you have drones that are sitting around and then you see he starts making a lot of gas, you gotta hide your terror drones so he doesn't come with one gat to kill like 4, 5, 6 terror drones. You gotta be careful with that.
Construction complete.
But like, I usually put mine in the corner of the map where he can't see it. If I do like have like an entire group of terror drones,
Training.
and I know if you're only play Red Alert 2, that sounds totally noob to you. Like, you don't want to make 5 terror drones or 6 or 7 terror drones, but if you're in Yuri's Revenge, they're really good versus Yuri, especially with the Iron Curtain on them. And they just totally are great. So I'm trying to scout that Lasher tank, and that Lasher tank actually accidentally went over there.
Unit ready.
So fill up this power bioreactor, because I'm going for a genetic mutator first. And it's good to attack with 2 masterminds. That's like a good time to get your first attack on, but sometimes I like to like move to the middle of the map and maybe pressure him before that. One mastermind, and then you usually get a disc to shoot a desolator, so your magnetrons and gats don't get messed up with the desolator, just like basically blocking them off, and it delays him. So Iraq could see, like right there, because Iraq could delay Yuri from attacking, making an early attack, and then he could get his Iron Curtain going, and then come at you with the Iron Curtain before you get a chance to really hurt him.
Training.
Yeah, so that's what, and I don't know what was in there. I think maybe an engineer, maybe Ivan,
Unit ready.
probably engineer. Maybe he was trying to NG or Ivan my lab right there. It's funny to say Ivan something or Tanya something. It's kind of funny. Ivan, Tanya, Yuri. Those are all Russian names, right?
New construction
Um,
options.
but only Tanya's on the ally side, so I don't know. No one has figured that out. Nobody knows why.
Building.
And that's actually dumb. He got that in. The gas supposed to protect the mastermind, and I failed to do his job right there.
Ready. Building. Training.
I'm gonna get an attack going. So I want to get Yuri Prime, and I noticed one thing. Like some things that's good that some sub players do, but for some reason, some sub players that are really good Soviet players versus Yuri, they don't move the MCV away, like to the corner of the map or away. They just put like bunkers up. I mean, that's good to do,
Genetic mutator.
but if you see he's making a Yuri Prime,
Training.
just move your MCV to the corner of the map or to a safer spot. I mean, like he put the Iron Curtain on 3 drones,
Warning. Genetic mutator.
but
Activated. Unit lost.
I mean that was okay. That was more of a just. What I did was more just slow me down, but right there he should not have let his drones kill his 2 desolators. That wasn't smart because he has to remake them.
Construction complete.
Um,
Unit
so I got
ready.
two super weapons like relatively quickly. I mean that's I'm only on one war factory. I would be on two war factories, or just getting my third if I didn't have
Complete.
just two fast super weapons. But it's usually worth it. I'm gonna leave that one mastermind on the
Building.
miners because it really is self-supporting. Because the drones are killed by the slave miners, and the masterminds hold up the rhino tanks. So it's really beneficial just to have that there as a defense mechanism.
Unit ready.
Now I want to have a good litter attack going right there, and I think he's on the hill, but I can mind control him on the way, so I'm not really worried about his downhill advantage. And I really want to just attack that MCB right there. And my army is a little smaller again than what it would be if I
Genetic mutator.
didn't make a Psychic Dominator and Mutator so fast, but it's gonna pay off later, and my army's gonna get bigger later too. So I was gonna speed sell that but now I could attack with 4 Gats and 1 Mastermind because I got anti-air and I got the Mastermind to shoot the rhinos. So if I get a lot of rhino tanks, I could really hurt him. What he needs to do is he needs to get sentry guns and put like 2 drones or something like that. He has to think of something. Or use his desolators.
Iron curtain activated.
So you Iron Curtain. What do you? Oh, he Iron Curtain his drones. Okay, yeah, this guy's a little. I mean, this guy's actually, when I'm playing, is really good with a Soviet versus here, like really good. He's not playing. It's good as he usually does right here, because you can see like he made some mistakes where he like kind of
Unit ready.
like right there, like for example, he
Training.
drone. He didn't use his Iron Curtain right, like right there, but I mean he's still pretty good though. Like he didn't have the Iron Curtain and drones and self-defense. You gotta,
Mutator.
what you gotta do with Soviet is you gotta use the drones in attack, not in defense. If you're defending too much when you're Iraq, you might be losing. Same thing with Yuri. It's just like almost the same exact story. If you're defending too much, you're probably losing. I think allies is the only exception. If you're defending with allies,
Building.
you might be still winning.
Unit ready.
Or Yuri's versus allies sometimes. Like if allies get out of control, you gotta bunker up and just freaking
Building.
try to hold out the storm of prisms and mirage. It gets it gets really scary. But anyway, if I gotta talk about this game, so yeah, yeah, I'm just making like a whole bunch of bunkers. There's siege coming all over the place.
Building.
You might feel safe, and then the next minute your whole base is gonna blow up.
Ready.
So I'm building in a okay, I got a Psychic Dominator.
Target.
So I want to get some
Unit ready.
I want to use the Psychic Reveal first.
Iron curtain.
So he's actually drawn in a little bit too far from my base.
Unit ready.
So I could kind of... Oh, actually, my units were in the middle, so that wasn't too bad.
Unit ready.
So I'm making a... No, the only thing that's wrong with my build right now is I got to build a little bit to the left toward my, left ore patch. And then maybe put 1 bunker in it, and then I'm good.
Unit ready.
Yeah, that one war factory and up right there is actually in the best spot, as you can see right there. Immediately, but 1 war factory, not too big of a deal. My production's gonna slow, but I'm gonna still keep producing. In the siege, I'm wrecking the siege. It's funny. Okay, it's a little bit hard to attack him though. If I sneak away one gat could kill like up to, I think up to 7 drones. Some number like that, but I'm not sure. But
Building.
depends on a couple other factors like machine shop or promotion or. Yeah, I thought I could I thought that he might melt himself by accident there, so
Unit ready.
I want to sneak up on these drones. If I get him and I get all these drones, man, he is screwed. You know how much money I killed? Now he's got elite rhino tanks. That's kind of scary.
Training.
Now I'm gonna stretch his barracks over and get a bunker right there. And I actually don't even know what happened right there. I think I maybe only got like 1 or 2, and then he. No, what I want to do, I know he's gonna kill one of these masterminds, but
Construction
most likely if he irons,
ready.
but I want him to iron away from my base.
Iron curtain.
But he did iron away from my base, but he's using. It almost seems like he's just using it as self-defense. Like he's just trying to shrink my army rather than going for an attack with his rhino tanks. That's actually no. That's actually how you was actually.
Building.
I want to say that was actually good what he did right there. Look, he took out all my masterminds. Now I gotta run my miners. I gotta get him the hell out of there.
Training.
Now, remember when you're Yuri, if you make too many discs, you create a weakness.
Unit
I
ready.
gotta put up the Psycho Dominator, get that Yuri clone. That's the reason why I stretched my barracks. I
Unit
guess
lost.
one of the reasons. And I
Construction
gotta get
complete.
up. I'm gonna cancel that for
Insufficient funds.
a tank bunker. Here comes a lot of siege, so it's gonna get hard right here.
Under attack.
But I do have a force shield. I'm gonna wait like a couple seconds before I activate. Right there. Now I'm gonna get one of these guys out of the bunker to get over there and shoot down the siege. I don't really care too much about losing that lab because if I could kill a whole bunch of these siege, I'm in shape. I could have sold it, but I was more concentrated in getting the Gatling tanks over there and quickly. So here we go. I'm just gonna simply rebuild the lab. I got cover disc and cover gas. Try to do some attack. Try to blow up if I could get anything, or maybe just drain this
Psychic domination.
electric. Who knows?
Unit
But when I start making a whole bunch of flak, you're gonna get wrecked. Flaks are really, really good versus this.
construction complete. Unit lost. Genetic mutator ready.
This
Building. Select.
now it doesn't spread his tanks. Remember that one time I did that in the Hidden Valley game and I got Chronosphered? Same thing with Chronosphere and Psychic Dominator.
Unit ready.
Same thing. Now I'm gonna go behind this thing, this industrial plant, and I'm gonna shoot it where he can't see it. And I know he can't see it, but he could easily find out where it is. But sometimes an extra couple seconds to locate something messes them up. Or it should be a couple of
Unit lost.
tenths of a second. It shouldn't take that long if he's good.
Building.
Now he's got that elite rhino tank is what I'm worried about. It
Unit promoted.
it could just rip through everything, but
Base is under attack.
I gotta sell it off. It looks like I'm in trouble, but I'm gonna try to get initiates into the building to protect that mutator. And he can't go near my Yuri clone on my psychic raider unless he has iron. Oh, he's about to get the iron on.
Structure abandoned.
Okay, this is getting scary right here.
Unit lost.
Okay, and here's the he got all his siege really wrecked right there. Now all I gotta do is protect against these rhino tanks. He lost all his air. You know, I know this sounds crazy, but it's almost like he thought that he had veteran siege chopper. Sorry, siege tanks don't even enter this game. It's funny. But he thought he had veteran siege choppers. It's almost like that's how he played him. Like, there's no possible way you're gonna stand over gas and not get shot down.
Ready.
It's just from being rusty, I guess. He hasn't played this matchup in a while.
Select target.
Yeah, if you want to, like, say, don't pass, you get all elite tanks, you could just straight go after somebody with, and not even land or anything, and it'll just take out all the air, everything.
Building.
Elite siege are just awesome.
Ready. Construction complete.
So I'm gonna mutate. All I gotta do is hold these miners on this ore and just keep mutating and then making masterminds. I'm gonna make, and if you get in a situation, you can make nothing but gats. Nothing but gats and masterminds, because if you start making Lasher to try, like, I'm gonna tank for tank him, the Rhino tanks will beat your Lasher tanks so easily. But there's a thing where you could actually convert your tech units, like, which is a mix of both masterminds and other units, like such as this, into pure Lasher tanks with a whole bunch of war factories, and then, like, the drones aren't as effective as Lasher tanks because there's more of them, because they're cheaper. But
Unit lost.
that's another tactic. But anyway,
Unit lost.
yeah, see, I'm stretching toward that, those gems. They're not gonna be right on top or in front of the gems, but it's gonna be close. But my Gad bunker's gonna be close to them, which is really helpful. And I might as well just keep this, get this elite one in there. There's no sense of having that regular get in there if you have elite, because it's probably gonna get droned if everything else gets droned.
Building. Select target.
Yeah, and I only got 3 minus. I should have 4 right now, but it's okay.
Unit ready.
It's gonna.
Unit ready.
I got a lot of. I gotta keep one mastermind in the base in case I get. So I'm drone proof. If he does drone me, you gotta have like a backup plan. If he drones your whole entire army, which is crazy. And that's the thing with Iraq. But I think both the armies want to keep the army small.
Building.
But I think it benefits like Yuri benefits from keeping the Iraq army small, because if Sophie gets like so many damn Rhino tanks, like it could come to the point where it doesn't even matter if you mind control like 20 units, he's still gonna wreck your base. But I don't know. And look, he doesn't have the top, upper right scouted. So I'm in his mind control right there, and he's almost overloaded. And I'm just gonna mind control them all and put them in the grinder.
Unit ready.
No. So anyway, I'm gonna keep mutating.
Warning. Genetic mutator activated.
Where this guy is losing too many units. Like he can't just keep using units and losing his industrial plant and expect to win the game. You gotta play. You gotta play good all around. That was a bad play by me. I almost lost my mastermind. Don't really care about that one gap. But I know I can start making lashers since like I don't really wasn't sure we was nuking. Honestly.
Unit lost.
And that actually was not a bad idea what he did right there with his drones, but at this point he's just leaving his MCV up for grabs. I mean, you gotta shield it. I mean, MCV is such an important unit. I don't know why you're gonna leave it in the front and just let me keep like going after it. Going low power. You think okay, I save my MCV, that's good, but yeah, you want low power, slows in your production. You got no electric for a minute. It's not good. You should only use your shield for shielding super weapons. I mean, or something like that. I shouldn't say that. I mean, you should only use a super like the shield in an emergency. That was more of just like being careless and having actual emergency right there.
Genetic mutator ready.
I mean, I'm trying to say the fact that he should move his space to the corner, or. So anyway, I decided to stop making lash tanks. But I'm like, okay, but every time I start making a whole bunch of lash tanks for Soviet, I realize, oh shit, these lashes are gonna lose versus the rhinos. What am I doing? You know, I say maybe I have one mastermind and a whole bunch of lashes. That doesn't really work either.
Unit ready.
I mean Soviet really is stronger with. Yeah, I'm just going for that super weapon. I'm gonna get these discs are probably gonna get shot down, but I got the iron curtain, which is good. So, and trying to if these brutes stop, if this flak truck stop to shoot the disc, the brutes are gonna kill him. But then here comes the drones. See, he was a little slow with the drones again. Not that he was slow. I mean, he's under pressure. I mean, if you're under pressure, everything else everything you do is worse, basically. Like, if somebody's trying to kill your whole entire base, and you're like, why didn't you use the drone to attack the brutes? Or like, well, I was more worried about more important things. So, I mean, it wasn't really that bad. It really wasn't that bad what he did, but I got a lot of money, and I'm keep grinding. But if this guy would have kept his siege and not lost so many units, man, he'd be putting up a better fight right now. And the fact that he got his industrial plant, you guys are probably thinking, industrial plant's not really that big of a deal, but it really is. His economy is shrinking, and he's run out of money because of his industrial plant. If you see a Soviet going with 6 war factories with a full industrial plant, I don't care if you're Yuri and you got 2 super weapons and 6 war factories, it's freaking hard to beat the Soviet. I'm telling you guys. I want to get a game in Yuri's Revenge with Soviet at full capacity. I mean, at full capacity Soviet is different on every map because like you can only make 1 war factory in, say, Urban Rush, for example. But I mean, full capacity Soviet is like so hard to beat with an industrial plant. Oh man, now he's got me a little bit overloaded, so I'm trying to throw his flag trucks into his bunker, so he kills his own units and I get my mind control released. But I'm like, I'm having to kill his MCV, and again I keep abusing the MCV since he leaves it in a spot where I can attack, and I got it with his own units. So at this point he's basically out of the game. I mean, you can't like miscalculate. Like, he would have been better off just landing the siege choppers rather than trying to get my genetic mutator or psychic dominator and then run with only he thought he was only gonna sacrifice a couple siege, but
Unit promoted.
yeah, you gotta be careful. So he's gonna give up like in a couple seconds. So good game, and this is a good example of Soviet versus Yuri.